All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're taking a close look at what might just be one of the most talked about BTO launches of the year, the October 2025 project, right in the mature estate of Ang Mo Kio.
And first up, just look at the scale of this thing. We're talking 1,420 new homes. This isn't some small boutique project. It's a massive development, and that's a whole lot of new families moving into the neighborhood.
And, of course, the big draw? The location. It's Ang Mo Kio. You know what that means? It's an established, mature estate. All the good stuff is already baked in. The food, the markets, that real community feel. It's no surprise so many people have their eyes on this one.
Which brings us to the big question, doesn't it? With all this hype surrounding it, does this project actually live up to expectations when you really dig into the details? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to break it all down, report card style. We'll grade every single aspect that matters, from location to the long-term investment value. So let's get started.
And right off the bat, for location and connectivity, it's a mixed bag. 3 stars out of 5. This is really a story of convenience on one hand and some serious compromise on the other. Let me show you what I mean. On paper, it looks pretty good. Your closest station is Yo-Chu-Kang on the north-south line, and it's about a 7 to 10 minute walk. For a daily commute, that's totally manageable for most people.
And then you've also got Mayflower MRT on the Thompson East Coast line, also about a 7-minute walk away. But, and this is a big but, that walk is completely unsheltered. You know what that means in our weather. You're either getting soaked by the rain or baked by the sun. Not ideal.
Now, what about getting to the main Ang Mo Kio hub? You know, the interchange, the mall, all the action. For that, you're looking at an 11-minute bus ride. And that right there is the heart of the trade-off. You get the prestigious Ang Mo Kio address, but you're not right at its transport core. You're going to be relying on those feeder buses.
Okay, but let's move on to the next subject on our report card, because this is where the project really starts to earn some gold stars. For schools and amenities, we're giving it a fantastic 4 out of 5. This is definitely the star pupil of this BTO.
Now, for any families out there, this is a huge deal. You are potentially within that magic 1-kilometer radius of 4 different primary schools, and that includes the very popular Anderson Primary. Just remember, the final eligibility really depends on which block you get, so there is still a little bit of a lottery element here.
And we're not just talking about any schools. These are top-notch. I mean, the area literally features some of Singapore's most competitive primary schools. For parents who are planning ahead, that is a massive, massive draw.
And the convenience just keeps coming. Right within the project itself, you're going to have a preschool, a supermarket, and an eating house. Plus, there's a sheltered walkway that takes you directly to the famous Kebun Baru Market. And for the weekends, you're just a short walk from the beautiful Bishan Ang Mo Kio Park. Daily life here looks incredibly convenient.
All right, deep breaths. It's time to talk about the subject everyone is a little worried about. The price. And, well, it gets 2 stars out of 5. This really reflects the cost of trying to get a foot in the door of such a popular, mature estate. So, what kind of numbers are we talking about? Well, based on recent launches, a 4-room flat here is estimated to be somewhere between about $480,000 and $600,000. Now, compare that to the current resale price for a similar flat in the area, which is already around $590,000. So, yeah, you're still getting that BTO subsidy, but there's no denying it. This is at the higher end of BTO pricing. So if you're paying a premium price, what does that mean for your long-term investment? Let's talk about future resale value. We're giving this a solid 3 stars, and there are some very strong signs here.
I mean, just look at this historical data. It's kind of wild. Between 2020 and 2024, resale prices for 3-room flats in Ang Mo Kio shot up by nearly 57%. For 4-room flats, it was over 48%. That's a powerful track record. And when you think about the limited new supply in the area, it really does point towards a healthy long-term value. Okay, so we've graded each subject. Now it's time to pull it all together and look at the final report card for the overall verdict. So here it is, the final breakdown. Location gets a decent but not amazing 3 stars, held back by that distance to the MRT. But look where it excels. Amenities are a strong 4 stars. And those primary school options? A perfect 5 out of 5. That's a huge selling point. On the flip side, the cost is a tough pill to swallow at just 2 stars. And finally, resale potential lands a solid 3 stars, suggesting it's a pretty safe long-term bet. So when you weigh everything up, it really boils down to this. The good is really good. Excellent schools, fantastic amenities, and a strong resale history. But the trade-offs are just as clear. You have to accept that you're not that close to the MRT, and you're going to be paying a higher than average price for a BTO flat. And that brings us to the final question, the one that only you can really answer. When you're making this choice for your family, what really carries more weight in your day-to-day life? Being right next to a top school or being right next to a train station? Your answer to that will tell you everything you need to know about whether this BTO is the right one for you.